Good afternoon. Today is the 8th of November and this is part 7 of the slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2024 NEC Classic Motor Show. I do apologise in advance for any incorrect information if I fall over and if I get in trouble by announcements. I'm afraid just the way that it goes on this channel. So we're still in Hall 8 and having a look at some Fords. This will be the last bit where we're in Hall 8. And we've come across some Mark III Zephyrs and Zodiacs. This is a Mark III Zephyr 6, you can tell by the bar in the middle of the grille. Very common colour for these actually, this blue back in the day. And we've got another Zephyr 6 here. That presumably was owned by Ford Motor Company originally with the 00 plate. So many 00 plates in Ford publicity back in the day. And then here is the Zodiac, a 1964 model, this one. Very similar colour, these two. Don't know if exactly the same. Yeah. See, the rear ends of them are quite similar. The Zodiac is much more ornate. You will see there. They've actually got a different rear window, which is interesting, isn't it? You can see here, I've never noticed that before, but it's got a different rear window from that. Isn't that crazy? I don't know why you do that, but there we go. So we've looked at the Mark 1s and the Mark 3s, let's look at some Mark 2s. Oh, sorry. Plenty of space in there for your week away or whatever, going camping in the car. So, Mark 2 Zephyr Estate. Sorry, it's a Consul one, this one. Again by Absolute Farnham. With the Mark 2s, I always think the Consul and Zephyrs are very, very similar. They're not a bit more difficult to tell apart than the Mark 1s and the Mark 3s in my opinion, but there we go. So you've got a Zodiac convertible. This is a 1960. Very, very sort of late 50s, early 60s colour scheme. This sort of white stripe underneath the yellow. Very American looking again, but that's just normal, isn't it? That's where we're looking to sort of emulate with larger American Fords. Another Consul here. This one is a can't see. It's got a 56. Oh right, okay, so this is a really early one then. Flat back Consul, bench seat of course, and a column change and all kinds of other exciting things. Tiny little rear lights on there, so very, very small. Another one of these Zephyr Estates. Very sort of unadorned at the back, these, very much so. I presume this is the order form. It is a 59 Abbots of Farnham estate. It's amazing that stuff like this actually survives, really. You'll thought the estate cars have harder lives than the standard ones. Again, the sort of very late 50s sort of two-tone colour. In fact, let's have a look at some more Fords from a slightly later era and some Corsairs. I thought I saw a Corsair on the way to the show actually on the M40 the other day. I don't think it was this one. This is a two-door Corsair. It's a 1966 plate. I thought they were badges Consul Corsair at this stage, but I could be wrong. And we got a rally Corsair here. I don't know if this is the real one or a replica or something, but it's impressive. It'd be the GT, so I think they're a 1.5 engine actually, the GT. The V4s tend to be badged as on the back as V4s, so we'll see. No, I don't think it's a pre-V4 one then. Must have come out a bit later. Very interesting sort of design on the Corsair. They don't have much classic interest really in comparison with say a Cortina or something. I don't quite know why that is. I think they're still pretty interesting cars. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, viewers, my mysterious benefactor seems to have caught up with me. I wonder where he is. We'll never know. Anyway, hopefully he's not watching me. There we go, V4 Corsair at the front of there. This is a 67, this model. With roof rack. Just like the one that was found abandoned in New Haven. We've been to that road, viewers. We went there a few years ago to see if there's any trace of him. I couldn't find any. Yeah, there we go, this is an automatic one, this one. The Corsair that my mysterious benefactor borrowed was actually belonged to a friend of his. But yeah, it was November 74, exactly 50 years ago. Anyway, Consul Capri. This is I don't know this one, this is 63. These did not make a lot of money for Ford. The classic that was just here, that the car's based on, was one of the biggest disasters of Ford of Europe ever. Originally they had a 1.34 litre engine, later a 1500. Beautiful cars. I mean, you know, these days, very, very attractive looking car, but the thing was that this is a two-door Consul Classic, you could also get a four-door. They were very, very expensive cars to build, and, you know, when they introduced the Cortina and saw actually that was selling much, much better than these, and the design went out of style really, really fast, based on I think like a 58 Lincoln or something at the back. They just thought, well, people want cars that look a bit different. They rusted pretty badly too, so it's a shame because they are very, very nice looking cars. 63 Capri. Look at this sort of pillarless coupe design and the fender and everything. Very, very, very wonderful things, but yeah, just not popular back in the day and didn't make the company much money. We've got I presume a Taunus having some restoration here. The Taunuses were very, very confusing. They had completely different models that was totally different, just designated by the 15 or 17 or 20 numbers, things like that. This one, I presume, is a South African car. Obviously, German built ones would have been left-hand drive. This will be from about 1970-71, which is one of the big Taunuses, all replaced by the Consul and Granada later on in 1972. Look at that, it's a 20M RS model. Fabulous. Time for some Cortina Mark II and 1600E models. Cortina 1300 Deluxe. Actually, I've not seen one of these before. It's left-hand drive as well. Normally you go to shows and see Mark II Cortinas, they're mainly 1600Es. So seeing this, and this is immaculate, this car, would have been registered 67, 68 on an F. It's nice to see something like that. I'm very much appreciating seeing that standard model as opposed to 1300E, so 1600E. 1600E here, very late one, 1970 only. Much, much, much fancier than that basic 1300 model. And then Mark II Lotus Cortina from 1969 on an H. Lovely looking thing. Then we've got some Mark IV and Mark V Cortinas. Of course, one of the most popular videos so far this year has been the review of the Mark V Cortina that I actually recorded in October last year, but was released 2nd of January. It was released. 78, 79 with some Mark IV Cortina. It's a gear, very nice. 4-speed manual. 2.3 gear. Ooh, yes, viewers. 2.3 gear with a manual gearbox. Mark IV. That's a very, very rare specification indeed. We've got a rare thing here. This is a two-door Mark V Cortina. Now, in this country, the two doors were only sold with 1.3 and 1.6 engines, so this has been extensively modified and much faster than the original one would have been. Someone's also put a much later, that's probably an MT75 gearbox in there. But yeah, the colour's interesting. I don't know what colour this is. I don't think it's original. It could be. I don't think I've seen one like this before. And then, whatever on earth this is, a 3.1 litre car. I think we've had some extensive work done to this. Cortina M5 Carousel. Now that plate is from 67, so that doesn't really bear in relation to anything. So Mark V Cortina estate with the bumpers removed, and then the back's had some modification as well, hasn't it? Yeah, see there. Interesting. Right, let's look at some Mark III Cortinas then. 1600 estate. Facelifted car, yeah, 73, 74 on an M. That one looks fabulous, doesn't it? The 2-litre saloon. Again, 73, 74. And after that, we've got early one here, it's a pre-facelift. So readers, I can't read that. It's another 2-litre. And look at this fabulous purple colour, like the Escort 500E really, but that might be a 2000E. Yes it is, it's 2000E. 74, 75. And some more Mark II Cortinas. 1600E this one. This is a 6970 registration. We've got one that's undergoing some work here, but that's probably being pushed into place. I don't think it probably runs at the moment. So 600 GT. And then last car entirely in this hall, which we've actually rinsed out completely, is this 1970 1600E with a vinyl roof. Fabulous views. Right, let's go on to the next section. In this little link between halls 4 and 8, we've got some cars in here. 1986-87 Nissan 300C. I'm really looking forward to driving one of these at some point. I've done a walk around on one. This apparently was with the Japanese embassy in London originally. I've always seen this before. They're such rare cars that I've probably seen most of them that are actually in this country. I think there's probably like 20 or something on the road over here. It's not many at all. It's really not many. Excellent. A Metro 6R4 as well. Still got the MG Metro steering wheel. Superb. It's a bit noisier in here than the other place, or maybe it's not. You have to tell me it is, but yeah, excellent. And then, oh yes, a Montego. Right, let's just keep quiet for a second here, viewers, in case we get things wrong. Glad I kept quiet, viewers. It was a wise policy. Okay. Toyota MR2 Mark I facelift, 1987, 1988. Another car that I'd like to have a go into some point in my life. Then another Escort RS Turbo Series 1. Got probably even more turbo action going on than standard. Right, let's go into hall number 4. So, the GTR Drivers Club, obviously incorporating things like that thing over there as well. R33 Skyline, I believe this one is. Superb. Rear wiper action on the saloon is always very welcome. This one is an R34. Some information sheet whilst we're here, viewers, that will help, won't it? 2000 UK spec. Yeah, they were sold towards the end of the UK spec. They were very, very expensive. Oh, is that for me? Right, thank you, whoever you are. That's good. It's really good. Anyway, very old Skyline here. This will be like, what, 1970, something like that. Yeah. Looks great, doesn't it? Don't need any front lights because you're not going on the road, are you? In fact, I might just take another one of those suites. More Nissan action. 300 ZXs. 3 of them. All red. Sweet's good. Anyway. 91, 92. 91, 92. This is a very standard looking car, by the way. And then this is an early one, 8990 on a G. It's probably an imported one, isn't it, with the Z on the front. Let's look at the interior. I've always wanted to try one of these views. I thought they looked very interesting. That one is an automatic. You get a manual of this as well. Rear wiper action. Are all 3 of these automatics views? We'll soon find out. We'll take a look. I wonder if anyone else will give me some sweets during this weekend. There we go, manual. Something a bit sort of smaller is the Honda S800. These were sold over here actually. Very, very tiny little thing. Looks it's fabulous, isn't it? 68, 69 on a G. It's the coupe. Here we have the Roadster 66. Such small little things. I mean, they're really equivalent to an MG Midget, I think. But even smaller engine. And another coupe, 1967, 68. A lot easier for me to walk around a little car like this. Engine's sort of slanted over a little bit, presumably to keep that bonnet line nice and low. Right, and then we here's the stand that 300C was referring to. In fact, this is the very car that I filmed a walk around in 2023. It belongs to Andrew, who is the chairman of what they call now the Datsun Nissan Classic Car Club. It used to be called the 300C Club. Fantastic car, this. It's in really nice condition. The estates are quite different actually. They have a manual gearbox and they have a different rear axle engine, whereas the saloons were all automatic with an independent rear suspension. So you can see the saloon estate together here. That's an 86, 87 I think. Only sold over here between 84 and 87 in the 300Cs. And you've got something a little bit later here. This is a C32 Laurel from 1987. The Laurels and 300Cs were sold together. I don't quite know why Nissan thought they needed sort of 280C and a 300C and also the Laurels, but I've driven a C30, I think C30, let's get this right, C32 Laurel I think it was a great. It's an 84, 85 car. 2.4 engine. And then we've got some British cars here. We've got this Triumph Spitfire 1500, 7677. Why would you want and then a tiny little scooter thing. And then a very late minor base commercial. They were produced with both Austin and Morris badges. This would be a 71 only, so it's Austin badged one. Lotus Elan from the early 90s. Fantastic. At some point I will review one of these. I haven't offered one, it's just a question of coordinating with the chap who owns it. And then this thing, whatever this is, which I have no idea. Bonkers little thing. So we have the MR2 driver's car. First of all, we've got the Mark III, known as the W30, a really, really early one. The very first ones came to this country in 2000. This is actually in 99, so that was been sold in Japan originally. When I drove one of these in 2022, it was a 2000 car, and it was from the very first batch of cars imported to this country. The original owner still has it. Lovely condition, like a bright green colour. So this is a 2006 model, which is a little bit later, got different headlamps, for example, on this. red interior on both cars actually. So yeah, 55 plate but 2006 registration. A little bit firm these cars. They handle well, but if you're doing filming, make sure you mount securely on the screen and fall off like mine did. So in the second generation, SW20, this is a very early one, Rev 1, 1990, this particular car. Probably original UK spec car, I'll be honest. And then F2000, right again on a V plate, the Rev 5 I think these ones were. That looks good. I'm a fan of the sort of changes really. I think these look better than the original ones, but that's just my opinion. Don't hold me to it, viewers. Then this is an original MR2 from, I presume 1985 they came over here, or was it 84 in some places. Fantastic. Further later ones though, like this is a 1990 model, so one of the very, very last of them. Very, very shiny sort of diamond cut alloy wheels on this late one. Then we can go look at some more Toyotas. Supra. Yes. Remember at this point of the Celica Supra. I think that's a Mark II actually. I'll have a look at it in a second. But I'm more interested really in this thing here. It's an A82 saloon with the 4AGE engine. Fantastic. So it's a Japanese market model. It's just been imported and registered. Yeah, I like this very much. This is the sort of thing that I would have if I had sort of lots of money, but of course I don't. So we don't have that because we can't afford it. So we'll have to figure out something else. And we got a Mark 1 Celica here. This is the ST1600. I think there are only two specifications over here. There was the GT and the ST. You could get it as a saloon or a liftback. This is a saloon.
Take it down the road.
Very, very stylish cars actually. So it's reminiscent of Mustangs in a way. Old Southampton plate, AA. Right, can we get near this Celica Supra this time? Or we still got plenty of people around it? Just to see if we can squeeze by. Yes, viewers. This one's an automatic. Full of specification, of course, as they were back in the day. Yeah, Celica Supra. Well, we like this sort of thing very much. 2.8 injection. Would you rather have one of these or a Ford Capri? Difficult choice. My goodness me, this must be rare. A Celica convertible. As far as I remember, this is like a Mark III or something, I think. Wow. I've not seen one of these before, but only ever 3 built, yeah. 1983 RA61 Avon convertible Celica. Wow. And a Carlos signed limited edition. A lot of you will remember these, I think, back in the day. This will be from about 1992, I think. Expensive old car, this.
Motorbike engine in there.
Pop-up headlamps and white wheels and all kinds of things. And then Celica of the same era, but actually the track is a lot narrower on the standard ones for Carlos signed edition. 1990-1991 convertible. Automatic gearbox, some sleeping seats. Excellent views. Enjoyable stand actually, Supra and Celica together. And then Celica Ireland, so all these people have come presumably from either Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland. Some Mark 1s here. That's been re-registered in 1977. These older Irish plates are like this, like ZV30769 or something like that. Another Mark 1. Have we got any liftbacks or are we all saloons here today? We're all saloons here today. And then a Celica Supra, another one, so Mark II Supra. Can't resist having another look at Supra viewers. This one's a manual. Yes. Def Leppard cassette there in the middle. Fantastic.
Value was insurance about 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, the back end of the saloon ones. 5-speed gearbox, fantastic. Right, more Datsun action. Got some Z cars here. 260 Z. 78 I think was the last year for them, and here is one. Drove one of these back in 2021. I think the owner still got it. It's had it since 1990. So yeah, I was very pleased to let me drive that. I've heard it's 260C though. Another one going doing restoration. Seeming here as well, this is another 260C. Sorry, Z, not C. Got C in my head now. Same engine actually by both cars. The L engine.
Yeah, we bought it.
Fabulous. Then we've got some FTOs. Oh yes, we've got a V6 FTO here. Excellent viewers. Why you needed such a small capacity V6, I don't really know. I mean, I'm not complaining or anything. I'm just saying that it's a bit of a mystery to me. But there we go. You could buy one officially imported for a little while over here, but we didn't sell too well actually over here. Right at the end, I think they sold about 2,000. They actually sold the officially imported FTOs. Chevette Cadets. Chevette Cadets. Yeah, just a grab a choice there. Interesting front end on this Chevette as well. Doesn't look anything like the standard one, but that's okay. We've got some later seats in this one as well. That doesn't look like the original engine. We've got a 5-speed, it's a Nissan Sunny gear knob in there. And we've even got some Rover R8 indicators wiper stalk. What is going on, viewers? My mind is blown. How about this more standard looking Chevette over here? This is more like what they used to look like when they came out of the showroom. This is a model facelift occurred in 1980, so 8081 registration. So we've got something a bit different in there from what would have been originally. So we got Chevettes and Cadets, and then we go on to some Vauxhall FD and FE Owners Club. That to me looks very much like a Ventura. It's a Ventura, very, very early one, 72 only. And we've got a couple of the FDs here. Have we got one that looks like the car from Randall Harcourt Deceased, viewers? Yes, we have a bit. It looks a little bit like it. Yes, here we go. I wasn't wrong at all. There we are. I spent many of my early years watching that, and I quite enjoy it even now to this day. Car in the series was a 68 2000 I think Supra or SL or something. That's a 68 69 registration. And then we've got this estate. It has a 3.5 V8 in it. Victor with a V8 because you know, why not? Why not indeed? Handily here we've got two types of Ventura. We've got the FE type and the FD type, 69 to 70 this one. Big 3.3 6-cylinder engine. Panel is different from the back of the Victor. It's a very plain panel. This is a different one. And then we've got a VX490, kind of in the middle of the two really. So Project Vinny to do with motorsport. Can race at 14. I should have done that when I was younger, shouldn't I? Then a Mark II Golf, 1.6, 80 horsepower. Fabulous. And then of course it's a NBMX5, also very popular, I imagine, for motorsport, things like that. Right. that's it for this part. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and we shall see you in part 8 for even more incorrect information.